My name's Andy Jackson. I'm the manager of the Skills and Employment Policy team. I've been here at the Ministry about 18 months, and I came here following about 7 or 8 years in other public service departments, including 3 years at the Treasury. In terms of the culture of the organisation, the part of it that I'm in is a large number of about 50 or 60 policy advisors and managers working together. So we have a really strongly intellectual culture where there's a lot of debate and a lot of discussion of ideas, of evidence, and of government policy proposals more generally that takes place in a really quite dynamic and stimulating intellectual context. So the working culture here is definitely a lot more informal and a lot less hierarchical than it was in the UK. In this organisation, if you've got something to say to the chief executive, then you're entitled to go and say it to them, and it's not a status-driven place. And that's partly really reflects the underlying culture of the country as a whole. It's very much an emphasis on being informal and being open to anybody, regardless of sort of where they come from and who they are. Wellington is a place like nowhere else I've ever discovered. It's a small capital city, so it's a great size to live in, but it has everything that you could want right here on your doorstep. I think probably one of the stories I start with is that sometimes I see dolphins swimming on my way to work. So I bike in from one of the outer suburbs of Wellington. It's about 10 kilometres, and every day is an absolutely different, stunning, spectacular view of the harbour and the mountains, whether it's the middle of winter, the middle of summer, beautiful sunshine or a raging storm. There's always something spectacular about it. So I think that one of the things that's really unique about the New Zealand Public Service is, we are quite a small country, and as a result of that, there's a huge amount of interaction between the different government departments in the Wellington-based public service. You can have a career here which spans a huge range of different things, from macroeconomic policy to social policy, education, health, and you can do all of that and still be dealing with a lot of senior ministers and senior public servants in the space of a really quite short number of years. So it's a really great place to further and broaden out your talents and skills.